Oh,
I'm good.
you good?
Okay. So this is our relaunch party for
Mm-hmm.
the six. And y'all know, this has been a thing for me. The six has been a thing for me since March. So, um, everyone who's on here except for Tiffany, is already coming to the six. So I'm basically speaking to the choir, and we're gonna get Tiffany on board to come with us, to come on this journey with us for the six. But I wanted to, and I think this will help all of you too, for those of you who are affiliates for the six, to really help you understand, help everyone understand like why I want to do the six, like what it means to me, why it's so important for me to do it and do it the way that I am doing it. And as people ask you about like why are you speaking there or why you're going, maybe some of this will help you. And if you have questions or if people have if people have said anything to you or you've gotten feedback, you can let me know that too. But when so this all started for me back in March of this year, yeah, March
Right.
March of this year, when I was at South by Southwest.
Mm.
And I had been walking around South by South. Has anybody been? I know Renee has been. It is
Mm.
one of the most over for me because I don't love crowds. If y'all don't know that about me, I don't love crowds, but it's like one of the most overwhelming, just very sensory
Mm.
experiences. And they have like a huge exhibit hall. And I was in the exhibit hall and I was walking around in that exhibit hall. And when I came out of the exhibit hall, all of a sudden, like dropped into my spirit was like, oh, you need to do this. Like, you need to do this for speakers. You need to have a space like this because we don't have the speaking industry does not have an expo. It does not have anything like this, right? It doesn't have a trade show. And so I was like, Lord, I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for all that. Hey, Les. As ain't nobody got time for all that. But I was like, okay, I need to do this. I needed to do it because what I was thinking about is my mission, right? And my mission is to amplify, affirm, and elevate the voices, especially of Black women experts, so that our value is not erased. And what I was thinking about is that there is a systemic issue, right, in terms of us being undervalued, underpaid, exploited, essentially. But not only is there a systemic issue, there is an issue internally for us, right, as women experts, and undervaluing ourselves and allowing ourselves to be exploited. So being complicit in the system. And so the original idea was that I wanted to disrupt the system. I wanted to disrupt what's happening in this system around how we are looked at as women experts, how we are paid as women experts, how we are expected to show up as women experts and not, but not be paid for what it is they want us to put out into the world, right? And so I started thinking about this whole idea that we're doing this trade show, the first ever trade show for women experts, really focused on us because we've had showcases, we've had conferences, but nothing that really like honed in on who we are and what our specific needs are. And so that's how I came up with the idea of the six and the fact that it is part showcase, part expo, part business incubator, right? As the months have gone on, right, and I have been looking at what is happening out in the world, and as I have been looking at the six and the idea and how it came to me, what has come to me is that yes, we do need to disrupt the industry, but it is more of an inside job, right? It's more of an inside job than the external job that I was thinking about because we are always so focused on trying to show people and, get them, like fix them, right? Meanwhile, inside the house, the calls coming from inside the house, we're not fixing what's happening inside of our house so that we can show up in a way that they have no choice but to, right? And so that made me start thinking about that what we need to be doing is working on us, working on our mindsets, working on our business, working, making sure that we are, and you all hear me say this all the time, that we are positioned powerfully and profitably. Because otherwise, I can disrupt out there, or I can try to disrupt out there. But if we're still showing up as the people who are willing to be exploited, nothing happens, right? It's a lost cause. And so I have to change, I have to work on changing the infrastructure of the people who are being exploited so that we stand as a powerful force out in the world and that we don't continue to allow ourselves to be exploited. And what I know, because I know you all, and Tiffany, I'll get to know you. What I know is that every single woman on here is brilliant. What I know is that every single woman on here has years, decades of experience. What I know is that y'all don't need another degree, you don't need another certification, you don't need another thing. What I know is that when y'all were in corporate, you were in there running things, right? You were managing teams, you were managing budgets, you were doing all the things. People were coming to you and relying on you. What I also know, though, is that when we leave those spaces and we come into an entrepreneurial space, somehow we forget that. Somehow we forget who the fuck we are, right? And we allow other people to tell us that we're not valuable, that we should wait, that we need to earn our place, that we need to pay our dues. We've paid them. We've paid them, right? We have paid. We have sown the seeds. We have done all the things. But when we come into this space, we do not take the same, we don't take the same drive or desire or the same, I don't know if those are the words, but we come into this space as if we aren't who we know we are, right? We come into this space thinking that we're new at this. You're not new to this. What they say, you're true to this,
You're true to it.
right?
Mhm.
We come into this space having had all of the experiences that we have made money. Yes, we don't bring the same energy, right? We've made all these people money. Like I made my law firm almost $1 million in 3 years. Do you know how hard that is when being billed out at like $150 an hour? Right? And so we have so much. But in entrepreneurship, it is a different animal. It is a different space and it is a different um it's a different environment for us to be able to show our expertise. And what we have to learn is that the way that we were using our expertise in corporate doesn't translate the same way in entrepreneurship. And so for so many women, so many of us, so many women that you all know, that is the breaking, right? That is the problem that we're having, that we come out of corporate, we come into entrepreneurship, and we don't know how to transfer the skill set. We don't know how to say what I did over here is the outcome based over here. Over here, we didn't have to be outcome based, right? What did we have to do? If we had a resume, what do we have to tell them? We have to go in there and be like, oh, I worked at this place and I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did that, right? We did all the things. Well, in entrepreneurship, they don't care that you did all the things, right? Because in entrepreneurship, your clients want to know what's in it for them. They want to know how can you solve their problems. They don't care that you did that over there. That's wonderful. How can you solve my problem? And so as I started really thinking about the six, and even in the months, going into the six now, right, going into March, it's really about how do I create this environment where we do a couple of things. One is really get in tuned and really get clear about who we are, right? Really get very clear about who we are and what we bring to the table. Also, though, I've been doing a lot of research around Black women and Black women entrepreneurs and Black women in business. And I'm getting ready to do a research study around it because what I found is that there's lots of information. And I've been in programs, so I know this too. There's lots of stuff out there for Black women entrepreneurs, Black women business owners. There is nothing for Black women experts. What we do is different. People who make money with their mind, it is a different business. And people don't pay attention to that, right? They don't put value inside of that. They don't put value on intellect. Because if they put value on intellect, we wouldn't be fighting so hard to get paid. Right? And so part of the research that I want to do is to gather the data so that we can show people that this actually is an asset class. It is something for you to invest in, right? And so part of that again is really getting us dialed in, right? And showing you that the value that you had in corporate is even more valuable here. It's even more valuable in entrepreneurship. I know I've had conversations with many of you on this video about pricing and making sure that you're charging right the value, but we don't understand how that works, right? So that's one of the things that we'll work on. One of the things that we'll work on at the six, and I built a model. I built Octavia, who's part of the Mogul operating system. I built Octavia to help you do that, to really understand your offers, but I also built, Aaliyah, who will take all of your expertise. I built a framework for her to take all of that and to actually show you what your market validated rates are. Because often what happens is we just say, oh, well, just charge 15,000. Oh, charge 10,000. Oh, charge 7,500, right? Keisha and them know, because I'll be like, no, you need to be charging this amount of money because I know, right? But it's one thing for me to say that to you. It's another thing for you to be able to then confidently say that to somebody else. And so one of the things that we'll be doing there is actually helping you to be confident in that because you're going to see that it's your data that's going to actually create the number. And then we're going to take that and put that into offers. Many of you are out here, like when people ask you, it's like, oh, I'll do a keynote for this and I'll do a this for this, but you haven't really put offers together. You don't have an offer suite, right? And that's what's also holding you back, right? Because a request for a proposal, when you're just thinking that I'm going to do a $15,000 keynote, if it's an actual offer, that could be a six-figure proposal. But if you don't understand how to then take all of that and put into an offer suite, right? And into a packaged offer, you're gonna get $15,000 when they'll be willing to pay you six figures, right? So that's one of the other things that we're gonna be working on. And obviously, Precious is here. And Precious is going to be working with you all on your pitches, like fix my pitch, right? And so Precious does something where live in person, she'll have you do your pitch and she will help you fix it. And so that's one of the things that we're going to have. And I'm so excited about that and so excited to feature Precious on the stage. And I'll have Precious say a few words in a minute. But I'm really excited about that because I think that's also important, right? For us to start like saying these things out loud and saying these things in front of each other. We also have Go High Level, our presenting sponsor, which I'm so excited about. And one of the things I'm really excited about for like Go High Level, before I had a PowerPoint, before I had anything, I just had the idea. I reached out to High Level and told them, and they were like, "Yes, we got you." Right. And so I'm very excited about that. And they are going to be there and they're going to be teaching about using their system to do our back end, really to automate our business, because that's another problem that we have. We're so used to doing everything ourselves. I know because I'm her, right? And doing everything manually. And, no, I got it. And no, I ain't delegating it to nobody over there. And no, I don't want to, right? But many of us have quote unquote businesses. We really have a job, right, that has an LLC attached to it. And we don't have any back end systems that run our business, right? And this was something that I learned because when I built the business first, it was like go, 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 go because of what I was speaking about at the time and what was going on in the world. And so I didn't have time to do all of those things. I didn't like I ain't got time. I'm out here speaking. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Um, However, if we do not set up the systems in our business is going to fail. Right. And so they will be there to talk about that and to really help us to build out the back ends of our business. Now, some of you were at Position for Profit. And so some of the stuff that we were going to do around positioning, you've already done. And so I may be shifting some of the agenda around a little bit just to move us beyond that. And then everybody who comes in, once they come into the community, they'll get access to some of the content around Position for Profit so that they'll be caught up. But because we're moving on, right? And because AI is here and because I love AI, I'm like always doing something with AI, it will evolve, right? But I want to make sure that when you leave the six, that you leave there having things that you can implement in your business while you're there and implement when you're gone, when you leave, right? The other thing that I have found in the research, they talk a lot about Black women entrepreneurs not having funding, right? We know that we don't get as much funding. But one of the things that they talk about is that Black women do not have social capital, which is huge. Because what we know is that you see all our counterparts out here doing what they do, getting what they get. And who do they get it from? People that they know. They get it from being in rooms, right? Renee the other day was in a room that she was invited into. And it's like, these are rooms that we don't naturally know about, right? And we don't create them for ourselves. When I started, if y'all know, like I started Ladies Who Leverage back during the pandemic. And I started it, and when we were on Clubhouse, remember Clubhouse? One of the things that yes, we need to bring other people in the room and create our own room. Absolutely. One of the things that I realized on Clubhouse really, really early is that the white people who were on Clubhouse, men and women, what they would do is leverage each other's capital, right? They would leverage each other. So what do I mean by that? So they would have these rooms and they would be on stage. And in Clubhouse, the big thing was to be on the stage because everybody could see you on the stage, right? And what they would do is they would pull people up on the stage and they would lend their credibility to that person. Right. So say for instance, I pull Stacia up on stage and I'll be like, hey, Stacia, right? It's my room. All these people are in the crowd. I bring Stacia up and I would say, oh, hey, Stacia, right? And then everybody's like, oh. I need to follow Stacia because Stacia must be somebody because Kelly pulled her up on stage. If this is Kelly's room and she pulled her, they don't know these people from Adam. These people could be shit. These people could not know nothing, don't have nothing. But that is how, see, all these people that you see out here that people are now calling gurus and all the things, this is how they built that capital. They built all of that during, like, I will fall asleep on Clubhouse because I will go in all these rooms and I will watch what was happening. And I kept trying to explain to the women and ladies who leverage that this is something that we needed to do. If you even look now out in the world and you look at when they're having all these big conferences, right? Look at entrepreneurial conferences or they have like these speaker conferences. Have you ever seen one where it's just a whole bunch of Black women, just Black women on that stage, right? Or pulling an event together? No. We'll see one sprinkled on somebody's stage, right? We say one or two. We may see a bunch of men and they'll have a woman, but we're not doing it. And because we don't do that, we do not have the social capital that it takes for us to be able to thrive. And this is why right now, where we have 300,000 and more Black women out of work, it seems like we can't do shit and that it's going to be just tragic for everybody. If it was 300,000 white people out of work, you think they would be like wringing their hands and hemming and hawing like we doing? Mm-mm. Because they'll call Sally and Joe and Mark and Peter knows Tony, right? But we have not done a good job of building that social capital. I know for myself, I haven't done that, right? And so part of the six also is that we're going to have a space where we are going to intentionally do what I call collabosourcing, which is to leverage your expertise, your expertise, resources, and relationships to build your business, your brand, and your badassery. Meaning y'all gonna talk to each other. You're gonna get to know each other. You're gonna work together. You're gonna figure out who has what, right? Because we come into these spaces all the time. We come on these Zooms, we come on everything. You know, I see people like connecting with each other, but guess what y'all don't do? I'll never see y'all on a Zoom together. I'll never see you on a live together. I'll never see you all putting on an event together. None of that stuff. Right. And so social capital is another big reason why this space is being created. So that we make sure, hey, Tiffany, look at that beautiful face. So that we see and we work with each other and that we understand there is so much money sitting in this space right here. There's so much money in terms of the money we've invested in ourselves, in our education, in the amount of money we've made for other people, in the amount of money we've made for ourselves, but there's so much more, right? And imagine if we all decided, everybody on this thing right here decided, which I might do, right? What if we decided one day we're just going to do a summit? What if one day we just decided we're going to get together and we are going to put ourselves out there as a collaborative and show up in the power of who we are and really tell people who we are, right? Because one by one, yes, we're doing what we're doing, but we got to get past the fear of, well, if I'm on her page, are they going to like her or are they going to hire her and they're not going to hire me? If they hire her and not you, they weren't going to hire you in the first place. Right? And so the six is evolving into more than what it originally dropped into my spirit about, but it is evolving into the thing that I believe that we need. That I believe that as Black women experts, as women who make money from our mind, women who cash flow what we know, that this is the space, like this is the start of something, and that we have to lean into that, and we have to get past all the things, right? I know that there's, there's all the things about like the sales, and we'll be talking about sales, and Precious will be helping you with your pitch because that's part of sales, right? And thanks to Verizon, we have Precious as our speaker. And then we have all of you amazing women who are going to be speakers on the Iconic Talk stage. So we have Keisha and Stacia and Renee and Nicole and Adrian. Adrian's off doing something because she's been speaking everywhere these days. And Deloria, right? Y'all are going to be on stage too. And the thing is that we have to take control. And this is why I have shifted it to that this is an inside job, right? I can't deal with them right now on the outside, right? The system is the system. But until we band together, until we say no more, until we decide that we're no longer going to be complicit, until we decide that and actually step out into that every single day and stand up for that every single day and say no when we need to say no, right? It'll never change. They'll never change because what they know is that there's always going to be somebody who will say yes. But at some point, we have got to create the economy around ourselves. We have got to create the economy for ourselves, right? There's 8 billion people in the world. And for all of us, there's enough people to go around. And if you're priced right, that you don't need as many people to live the life, the living, and the legacy that you deserve, right? And so that's what, for me, the six is about. That's why I want to do the six. Yes, I say all the things about, oh, you want to get paid and build 5 and 6 figure businesses and get, these contracts, not 5 figure big business, 5 and 6 figure contracts, 6 and 7 and 8 figure businesses, all the things, right? But it starts with the foundation. It starts with the blueprint. Just like a house. The house could be $1 million, but guess what that $1 million house doesn't do? It doesn't show up, right? You didn't just leave and all of a sudden there's $1 million house. No, there's somebody who has an architecture who has built out the blueprint for that house and made sure that all the pieces are in place and everything is positioned just right. Right. And then you have the builders who come in and they start to lay the foundation of the house. And there's general contractors and everybody making sure that what we're laying on the floor looks like what was on that piece of paper. Right. And then they build on top of it and then they sell the house. Right. And even when they're going to sell the house, even if they sell the house before it's built, guess what? They don't sell the house before it's drawn. They don't sell the house before it's designed. Somebody has designed the house. Somebody has designed the neighborhood. That's why when you go to the what the hell they're called, the open when they have the open house or whatever they have when they're starting a new community, what do they have in there? They got a table and they built out a model for you, right? Because that's the positioning. Like they have to show you what you're going to get. So you have to get positioned. You have to show people what they're going to get. You're going to have to show people that it don't matter that somebody else is talking about the same thing that I'm talking about. You can't get that over here. You can't get that over there, right? That's them over there. I'm over here, right? I'll tell you, for example, I'm building another web app, right? And this one's actually being built with code and doing all this stuff. And so I've been doing the research around competitors. And today I was asking Chat, and I was like, but Chat, here, there's this thing over here. There's these companies, and they're doing something similar. And Chat was like, it's not. Like, stop comparing yourself to that. It has nothing to do with that. You got to look at here's what they're doing. Here's what you're doing. Here's the differentiation. Here's how you stand apart. And those are the things that we have to start doing. We have to start showing up in the power of the fact that we're different, right? What's her name? I keep forgetting her. Oh, Sally Hogshead. She says different is better than better, right? And we try to be better, but we need to be different. In this time, we need to be different. And so the six is to show you, like, how do you show up differently? How do you show up in the power of who you are every single day? How do you show up and be so powerful that, and this is a real example for me, that a multi-billion-dollar global company says, we choose you to do this contract, and you say no because you know that they're undercutting you. You know that they're undervaluing you, right? How do you get to that point to be able to do that, right? And not feel bad about it? Because if I'm work for free, I'm just gonna stay home, right? Or if I want work for less than minimum wage, I'm gonna stay home. And so, for me, that is the heart and soul of the six. It's interesting. I was saying, oh, I have to do like a PowerPoint. I got to do, and I kept like playing with it, and I was like, it's not it. Like it just wasn't it. And so I just wanted to tell y'all from my heart, like what the six means to me, like why I am putting myself through this, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy, and some days it is downright it's downright disheartening, right? If I tell you the truth, it's downright disheartening sometimes because it's like it's not getting across, but it's necessary, right? And so whoever is in that room will be forever changed. If you know anything about me, you know that I don't play no games, and I will make sure that that room is something that you have never experienced before. And so what I'd like to do now, I'm so excited everybody's here. And what I want to do is I want to and Tiffany, as I said, if you can ask me any type of questions, because most everyone here is already going to the six. So anything that you need to know or ask, please feel free to do so. Sharonda is here. Sharonda is going to be our MC for the six, which is going to be so amazing. I want to turn it over. I'm going to turn it over to Sharonda first. Because Sharonda is my partner in crime on this and has been behind the scenes with me, working with me, and Rhonda, so I have Sharonda and Rhonda. So Rhonda is our MC. Rhonda is our conference architect, so who's building it behind the scenes with me. So just to have Sharonda just say a few words, then I'm going to have Precious chime in, and then I'm going to have the speakers just say a few words, and then I'm going to just open it up to questions. And we also have our wheel of names, so I'll get that going to give y'all some prizes. Let's see what prizes we can give away. Um, and then we can, open up for questions if you have any, and then we can say goodnight. So I'm going to turn it over to Sharonda. Let me pin you. Wait, hold on. We can't hear you, girl. What is going on? Hold on. Let me pin you. No, I can't hear you. Go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna put Precious on. Work on your
I think
sound.
I figured it out.
There you are. There you are.
To the computer and got
Okay.
a big microphone.
There you
All
are.
right. Hello, everybody. So glad to see all your beautiful faces since the last time we all came together. I hope I'm talking about the right thing, which is being positioned for profits, right? Since we met last, y'all, I have done an absolute lot. I did a couple of
We're
reels.
talking about the six, girl.
I know. Oh, okay.
Okay, but
Okay.
go ahead. Talk about your position for profit. Tell me what you did.
But I think that's important because we
Okay,
got
go ahead.
because I'm positioned for profits, which is gonna make me
Okay.
ready for the six, right? Because
Yeah.
I did all the things with your AI girls, with
Oh,
Pixie and
good.
everybody. You know what I mean? And so for me, I'm in a better position than I was prior to getting prepared for the six before we decided to drop position for profits. before the 6th. And so I thought that was everything. So very, very excited about being the MC. Very, very excited about talking about all the things we've learned and seeing you guys implementing that stuff out on stage as well as myself. So excited to hear you speak on the 6th. So let's just make sure we continue to support each other between now and then. And again, I am excited about bringing that energy. Thank y'all.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for always like she'll get on me, y'all. She gets on me. Now we have to have a Friday call every other Friday. She needs to keep me on track. All right. Miss Precious, let me pull you up. I'm gonna pull Precious up. My darling Precious.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Right.
Let me put my glasses on, try to look studious. Hey, everybody, I'm Precious. I'm the killer pitch master. I'm the bad bitch with the power of pitch and the ultimate rainmaker. I love all things pitching, rainmaking, sales. I'm about that life. My third book is Pitching for Profit. So when I saw Position for Profit, you know how to look like. We're there. I'm going to bring the funk, the fire, the energy, and the noise to all things pitching. Some of y'all may have seen me on Shark Tank. Some of y'all be like, I don't even know who she is. But I like her voice. I like her attitude. I like her funk and her fire. I do have a badass personality. And I do walk in the room like I own it. And I'm still black on both sides. No Brazilian butt lift, no six-pack abs. It is such a joy to watch you, Kelly, because we were back in the Ladies Who Leverage, and y'all want to talk about a real friend. There are things that can tear friendships apart, and something happened, and we just never we didn't go apart. We actually grew stronger. Sometimes your friends know things that you can't see, and then by the time you see it, y'all still coming together. I'm proud of you for kicking butt. I know how hard it is to do this stuff. I know. I'm proud to bring Verizon to you. And I told you, and I made that warm intro, and I met the queen at I think we were in DC, and she was like, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm like, girl, I think they're going to go for it. Well, that's collabo sourcing. Listen, I haven't had anything for them to sponsor. They just sponsor me as a speaker, but if my friends can get this work, I'm going to make sure you get this work, these coins. And so I'm going to come in. I'm going to love on y'all. I'm going to learn some things. I'm bad with technology. I can't say sales funnels be on point. Can't tell you my website be popping all like that. But I know how to make LinkedIn work, and I know how to get money. And I know how to sell and also over deliver. So we're going to get this work. I'm still black on both sides. No Brazilian butt lift, no six-pack abs. Yes, I'm a 13-time national pitch champion, five-time #1 bestseller author, international professional speaker. I come in with color. I'm colorful and I'm bright. And, again, still a bad bitch with a power pitch. And I may have become more refined and just become more of a rainmaker. So showing you how to make it rain and slay the game. See y'all at the Sixpo. Let's get this work.
Thank you, Precious.
Yay. I love that.
Love you. All right, let's see. Let's bring on Miss Keisha, because I see you first. Hey, Miss Keisha.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, everyone. First off, I want to say I definitely received what you said earlier. For me, I worked for a bank for many, many years, and I was very, very successful at it. I think part of the things that I struggle with, and maybe some of you on the call struggle with, is that name recognition behind you. Like the bigger company, whereas it was AIG, HSBC Bank, whatever it is, you kind of lead into the strategy they provide for you. And for me personally, I always like veer off from the strategy. Like I went away last week, I had this whole outline, and I just got to stay focused on remembering what the strategy is and keep talking about the message. So I definitely received everything you said, and you have to look inside to see what are you doing wrong, because you have to make a change if you really want to see things happen. And we do it a lot when it comes like, oh, I'm gonna change my diet so I can lose weight. I'm gonna do this so I can look like this. The same principles apply to when you're trying to build your own personal brand. So I definitely understand everything you were speaking about and how emotional it could be, because when I look back, I stopped working 5 years ago when COVID hit. That's when I actually left the bank. And this year coming up is a huge year for me, huge. As far as it's 10 years since I've been diagnosed with multiple myeloma. That's January. That's coming up in Martin Luther King Day weekend. And I'm also turning 50 this year.
You're
June
only
14th.
turning 50?
Yeah,
You're a
I'll be
baby.
50 this June. So I made a lot of promises to myself that 2026 was going to be the year. My daughter now goes away to college. I'm not a mother that needs to be at home. I could essentially pack up and go anywhere to make money, speak anywhere. And I think something that always resonated with me, that one of my senior managers told me, that I do not brag enough about myself. Right? He's told me that at a year-end review, as he was giving me that bonus that I worked so hard for. And after I got the bonus, for me, it's like, all right, my sales year started over. So I just forget about everything I did before, because if I don't perform this year, nobody cares. So that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. And you definitely will be surprised of who's really watching you, who was watching you from a distance. I ran into someone who didn't really know me, and I thought they didn't know me. And they said to me, hearing your story is one thing, but when I see you in public or online, you appear to be untouchable. She said to me, you are so perfect every time I see you. Everything is just buttoned up so nicely. I was like, listen, I'm very much a real person. I just do not talk about my struggles out loud. Like, that's just not how I was built. So I received everything you said, but stepping away from that, I'm looking forward to the 6th coming up. I made a conscious decision to only focus on 2 things for the next 3 months, which is my non-for-profit event in March. March is Multiple Myeloma Month. And I had to pivot that event just because the marketplace is not the same when it comes to funding for non-for-profit. So I choose to do 4 smaller events instead of this big grandiose event, which would take some pressure off of me so I can properly prepare to come to the 6th and kill it. So I just had to realize what I can do at this time and what's more important. I had to kind of like re-strategize my time. So I'm definitely looking forward to working with all of you, seeing my girl Sharonda again. I'm curious to see how Sharonda and Precious are going to be in the room, because when I tell you it's high, high, high energy. I don't know if each of you ever interacted with each other before, but I'm gonna need some earplugs. I'm gonna need some earplugs from the door,
I cannot with you.
because they are both high energy.
Precious, I
Yeah.
can't wait to
Precious
meet you,
is
Precious.
right. Precious is a personal friend of
You
mine from New
already
York,
know.
and she introduced me to Kelly, and that's how I met Kelly, and we never looked back since. Kelly and I have been locked in. Kelly and I think alike. We always got a million projects running, but everything she does is from her heart and is intentional. So I will follow her anywhere.
Oh.
Likewise as Precious. Anything she I don't even ask. Okay, where do you want me to come? And she knows it. I'm gonna send the money and I'm just gonna show up. Don't worry about it. I'm coming. So I look forward to working with each of you. Happy holidays. Enjoy New Year's Eve, because when it's time to practice for this, you ain't gonna be ready what Kelly gonna do to you. Take it from me. You better get it together.
Be
Take
nice.
it from me. The difference is with this and Iconic Talk, this is only 10 minutes. Iconic Talks is 20 minutes. So
And
the
4 months
pressure
of practice.
there.
Yeah. Thanks, Keisha.
Yes, doll. You're
I
welcome.
see Nicole next, so I'm just gonna bring Nicole to the front.
Gosh, I don't know. How can I go after Precious and Sharonda and Keisha? Let me think about what you say. So Keisha, welcome to the 50 Club, girl. It's a whole, yeah.
Listen, I'm okay with it. I'm
No more,
okay with it.
no more
For
fucks to give. No more
for
at
more,
all.
yeah, for more than one reason.
They run out at 50. As soon as I hit 50, they ran out. So I welcome you to the club. So I am the Nicole F. Smith. And Kelly. We met through a mutual friend slash mentor at that time. And I've been stuck with Kelly ever since. So when she asked me to come aboard, sure. What I am, that 10-minute talk off of memory, Kelly, we don't talk about that because I'm in menopause. So the thoughts get lost. They get lost. They get lost. So I'm gonna have to practice on that in the 4 months. But yeah, I'm very excited to do this, and I believe in everything that Kelly that you said and that you're doing. So I'm sitting here nodding my head, saying yes to everything. But Since the position for profit, yes. So much has changed for me. I too love AI. I use AI. And so I'm part of the 10,000 small business Goldman Sachs program, and we had to create a new arm of business. So getting ready for that into 2026, but also too, for the first time, I had to forecast in my business out 5 years, 3 years. And I've never done that before. And using AI, the prompts and everything, let me tell you, if you're not using AI, I mean, I was able to throw things in AI, and Claude AI said, here's your moderate, here's your conservative, here's your aggressive. I suggest this. And it gave me, literally helped me fill out the spreadsheet, and it is amazing. So if you're not using AI and you just prompting it with like little simple prompts like rewrite this, yeah, you're not using AI properly. So, but it has, a lot of things have changed, and I think I'm positioned for profit for January 1st, thanks to Kelly, because I did tell Kelly, the fire was lit in my butt, but I think Kelly like threw some more matches in there and some kerosene and some gasoline and so forth. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited to meet all the ladies. And yeah, let's do this. Let's collab and talk to one another and connect and like you said, bring our own table if we have to, create our own rooms. But Kelly, I'm on board, and however I can support you ladies, let me know. And I can't wait to meet Precious. And I'm gonna have to learn. Yeah, I'm not gonna walk near her after she talks because I can't go after that. So.
You cannot compete.
I am ready for the pitch. I am ready for all that. Yeah, right. Compete. But just in fun. After Precious speaks, that's it. I'm done. I'm just gonna clap and keep it moving.
Yep, so she's a whole vibe.
I'm excited. Bring it on.
If I can ask Nicole a question. Here we can. I guess we could wait till March. I want to connect with you because I'm supposed to be in the next cohort for that. They sent me an email that they're going to interview me. So thank you.
Okay, we could definitely connect.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Awesome. Miss Stacia. Oh, wait, hold on. I was supposed to replace pin, but I added pin. There you go.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm telling you. I first met Kelly, gosh, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's been a while when we were in a mastermind together. Mm-hmm. And from the minute she appeared, I was like, that's a bad girl. That's a bad girl. And what I love about Kelly is that, not only is she amazing and brilliant, but she recognizes the brilliance in others, which is how she got all of us here today. So I'm Stacia Crawford, and I am a 2-time Emmy Award winning producer. See, Kelly, see how I led with that? we used to hide that, right? I used to literally shrink away from that. And Kelly was like, girl, what are you doing? So yes, I am 2-time Emmy Award winning TV producer, Stacia Crawford. And I'm the powerhouse behind Stay Ready Media, which is the premier PR and media strategy firm for thought leaders, CEOs, and industry experts. So I help you become a household name. I have more than 3 decades as a TV news producer at some of the top stations in the country. And I'm just going to tell you, my skills are unmatched in that area. I just know that. And thank you, Kelly, for helping me to recognize that. As a PR media strategist, I have helped my clients land high-level visibility on shows everywhere from Good Morning America to The Today Show, CBS Evening News, CNN, BET, Fox News, yada, yada, yada. I consider myself to be the ultimate media matchmaker. So I help to match you and your story with those journalists and those media outlets that are eager to feature you. So that's what I do. I not only help you secure press, but I also have programs where I help people to deliver magnetic and impactful TV interviews, whether they're being featured on television, podcast, radio, or in print. I'm just passionate about this work that I do. And I love working with speakers, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and helping them to grow their impact through media, helping them to leverage their message, touch more lives, and ultimately help you be seen, get booked, and get paid. That's what it's all about. I'm here for it.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Kelly, thank you. Kelly, one of the things, Stacia, you just reminded me, Kelly, one of the things that Kelly did, I'm an emotional intelligence expert. And I used to say emotional intelligence practitioner. I used to put every other word but expert. And Kelly was like, she called me one day, she goes, why are you doing that? And I
right?
said, well, and she said, you are an expert. And I said, well, you know what people think when you say expert, you think you know everything. Da, 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 da. I went through that whole spill. And Kelly said, yeah, whatever. And so I had to change. It was like Kelly was making me change it on
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn and everything. But I think, Stacey, you said it right, that she sees in you the things that you're self-talking, that self-doubt and
Yeah.
so forth. So Kelly, I'm an emotional intelligence expert.
Come on
But
now.
yes, well, because of Kelly. It was because of Kelly. I tell people this story all the time and about how to use that word expert. And so, Stacia, you are right. She forces you to do things.
She does. Yes.
Force you to do things.
Forces you to
Force
do
you to
things.
be powerful.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I received that. Let me see. Okay, so let me I don't know. Renee, can you come on? Looks like she's driving. She's driving. Okay. I'm gonna remove your pin. Let me come back on here. Tiffany,
I'm not
I'm gonna ask.
driving. I'm not
Huh?
driving. Les is driving, but you might not be able to see me, but I can wait. I'm almost home.
Okay. All right. Tiffany, I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
So what I know Adrian invited you.
Yes.
I'm gonna add you with me and put you on the spot. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I would just want to know what made you say yes to Adrian saying, "Yeah, you need to be in that room today."
Yeah. So a little bit about me. I've been in the library field for 30 years. I started when I was 16. I started at the New York Public Library, and I currently work at DC Public Library. I oversee 26 library locations in the District of Columbia. In the C-suite that does not feel like a C-suite, it feels like a kindergarten classroom. Um, so I am ready to get onto my own stuff. I have a business called Excellence Established, where I use it to empower women of color, mostly. Not limited to, but mostly that's my prime focus. I'm a podcaster as of April. Thank you.
What's the podcast so we can subscribe?
What's Next with the Chief Librarian?
Where is it? Is it on YouTube or
It's everywhere. So
Okay.
really, literally, we're everywhere where podcasts are listened to. So Apple, Buzzsprout, anywhere, Castbox, all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for that. What's Next with the Chief Librarian? I can put it in the chat too.
Okay, yeah, do that.
So I'm a podcaster. I'm a single mom of a teenage girl who will be 16 next month. I will be 48 next month. So I'm getting to that 50 club, and I'm so excited about this journey. Dealing with perimenopause is ridiculous.
Wait till you hit menopause.
No, I hear. And I met
Tell you all
Adrian.
about it.
Oh, we could probably talk. So what made me say yes is Adrian is currently my executive coach for work. That's how I met her. The moment I met Adrian, we knew we were going to stay connected beyond this executive coaching.
Yeah, she's amazing.
So when I saw this on her page, I said, something that I see that she's all over. And I said, well, I just want to go and support. Right? Like, let me support. But then as I kept listening and listening to you ladies, I'm like, no, this is a tribe. I'm somebody, I've worked my whole life, and I'm getting into this business acumen and what that means. I don't know. And I prayed. So I'm about to say something, but I prayed. I said, God, can you allow me to meet the women who are like-minded? Because my friends are wonderful women, but it's not their goal. And so I don't have this, the yearning that I have, it just kind of goes flat because, we're talking about other things, and it's not, we're not in the same place.
Yeah.
So I said yes to Adrian because, one, I've grown to trust her, worked with her. She has helped me tremendously because every coach needs a coach. And you know, just her energy, and Kelly, just to hear how the women are speaking of you and how welcoming you were just from the moment. I thought it was like going to be something where people wouldn't notice you, so that's why I was like, let me get my plate, I'm gonna be off camera. And the fact that you were like, I'm like, oh my goodness, it very welcoming, very warm. It makes sense. So I'm here to learn. This is my beginning stages. I did start the business in 2022. Kelly is thebomb.com.
Thank you.
And I already recognize that, but I'm here to learn and add value if I can. So I love Stacia and Nicole, how you all led with, you see, Kelly, I did it. I understand that. That's where I am. My brand is the chief librarian because nobody that I meet believes that I'm a librarian. They're like, you're black. What? You don't look like a librarian.
Right. What does a
you
librarian
don't dress
look
like a librarian. You don't behave like a librarian. And so because
you're not
of
an old
that,
white lady.
Right.
exactly.
Right.
And to Precious's point, I'm colorful. So like I am, you know, very colorful, and it's all good. And you see, look, you'll see different, went all bald. I was like, I can't do it anymore. I don't want to deal with hair. I do have alopecia, so it made it easy. I'm like, ugh. So I speak at conferences. I speak at an alopecia conference. I speak with young women about it. So there are opportunities that I do take to tell people about my journey and to let people feel confident about how we can carry ourselves. So that's just a little bit about me, but each of you are amazing. I'm so glad to be here and that I said yes to this and made the time to really step on. So thank you so much for just the warm welcome. And wherever this goes, I'm excited.
You're welcome. You know, Tiffany, they'll tell you this. They know, like, that is something about me that I will be hounding you. I will go find you. I'll be like, if I don't see you, I'll be like, haven't seen you.
Okay. No, and honestly, I'm fine.
Like, where are you at? What's going on? What are you doing?
One of the questions I had is like, what do each of you do and how can we support? So I would love if you have social media, LinkedIn, for us to be connected. So I'm going to drop my information in the chat and, you know, let's stay connected.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the whole point, right? Thank you so much, Tiffany. I appreciate you letting me put you on the spot for that. That's the whole point of the 6, right? Is to make sure that we start to build these collectives, that we start to build these relationships, that we start to build these friendships. Now, doesn't mean that you have to be best friends, but if, you know, like Keisha just said to Nicole, hey, they called me about this. Can I talk to you? Right? These are the things that we need to do, right? Me talking to Precious about what I'm doing. And she's like, hey, I'll connect you to Verizon, right? So now we have Verizon Business as one of our sponsors, right? So all of these things are so important for us to start to pull together so that we can, you know, amplify each other. Because if you think about it, like, I'm just going to go through everybody. How many, everyone's on LinkedIn, right? Everyone's on LinkedIn. Unmute yourself and say how many followers you have on LinkedIn. Just one at a time. Just unmute yourself.
I have 13,005.
Okay.
Yeah, just look, there's 13,000.
Who else? I have over 8,000.
Probably have probably under 1,500. Can't even find where that is.
Okay.
I have about 10,100. This is Renee.
Okay. Go ahead, Michonne. I saw you.
I've got 3,000.
Okay. Anybody else?
I have 2,300.
Okay.
I missed the question.
How many followers you have on LinkedIn?
89 or 90,000.
Woo-hoo.
Right?
90,000.
That was
90,000.
Precious. Right.
Oh,
Precious,
Precious international speaker.
But Precious shows up. Okay.
oh my God.
what y'all have
No
to
need to
understand
lie.
about.
We're gonna check it right now. No need to lie.
Listen,
You have to
this is an
understand about.
international.
I know. No, I was like, who said that?
Yeah.
Real,
believe
that's
you.
that cheese, that's that pitch, that's that rainmaking, that's that sales.
Yeah.
We
You know,
believe
that's
you,
shows
honey. We
up,
believe
right?
you. If you
Precious,
didn't have
I
that many, I'd
believe
be
you.
questioning. I would be
Precious,
questioning.
wait, we're in innovation women together, right?
Yeah,
Are you in that
Precious
group?
is one of the
I
originals
always
of
see
that.
you in that group. Yes.
Yeah.
So
here's the
I know
thing.
they hate me. I know they hate to see me and Kelly come. I know they hate.
Yeah, I don't even go in there.
No, they hate to see me.
I don't go.
I have
here's
2,300.
why I asked that though. Here's why I asked that. Because just obviously we have Precious at 90 something thousand, right? But if we think about all of us together, you're talking about over 100 and something thousand people who we have access to if we leverage each other, right? And this is just some of the people who are going to be at the 6. This is not everybody who's going to be at the 6, right? Plus, other people may have bigger platforms on IG or on Facebook or wherever. And when you decide to do things together, when you collabosource together and you do things together, you get access to other people's networks, right? This is why I ask you all to share the things about the 6 on your platforms, because you have access to people I do not have access to, right? And so to what Tiffany just said, hey, I follow Adrian. Adrian's my coach. I trust Adrian. Now I see that Adrian got all this stuff on her page about Kelly and the 6. I need to know what that is, because the person that I trust, right, trusts her. This is how people make all of these connections. This is Clubhouse, right? This is Clubhouse. So Adrian, right? I'm just using Tiffany as an example because she's here. Adrian pulled me onto her stage in Clubhouse. And because Adrian pulled me onto her stage in Clubhouse, Tiffany saw me. And then Tiffany took that. If Adrian, who I trust Kelly, then Adrian has lent her credibility to me. Guess what? I don't have to do now. I just need to show up as me. I need to show up as the person. I don't have to try to sell myself to Tiffany. Right? Same thing for all of you. When you start to work together and you start to put yourselves together, and people are like, oh, where I see Kelly, I see Precious. Where I see Stacy, I see Nicole. Where I see Keisha, I see Sharonda. Where I see Tiffany, I see Stacia. Right? Then all of a sudden it's like, wait, they're always running together. Like they're always running, right? If I go on this one's page, I see this. If I go on this one's page, I see this, right? There is this intersectionality, right, that is happening. This is how you build influence and power. We don't know that as Black people, right? Or we don't embrace that as Black people. And as Black women, we have got to learn to do this. We have got to learn to leverage each other without fear, right? That if, some people would probably be like, you're going to have Precious on your stage. Like, Precious is a big person, right? In terms of like, she's a big name. She's a big, a voice, right? But what I know is that's my girl, right? To begin with, like, we're friends first. And what I also know is that if Precious is on my stage, and there's people who trust Precious and they see that Precious is on my stage and knowing who Precious is, that lends Precious's credibility to me. Right? So it's not about a competition. It's not about any of that. It's about how do we leverage the people around us to get the things that we need, right? To help us to move forward together, right? That's what that means. So I think Renee is back. Renee, are you back home? Oh, there she is. Now, y'all, okay, so Renee is like my ride or die. Like, this is my dog right here. Like, she is the person that we will be on the phone for hours cackling about any and everything. And she is my AI bestie. Girl, we are like AI besties. Right. And so she's going to be on our stage. So I want to bring Miss Renee in to just share with y'all. You're on mute, hun. Okay, Sharona, no worries.
Okay. Hi everyone. It's December and I celebrate my birthday all month. So today was December 6th, the 16th day. So I was just finishing my celebration. It went a little longer. But but I'm Renee. So we start with how did we meet? So I met Kelly when we were both in the speaker academy together. Hello, I think even before we met, I was like, okay, I need to know her. She is a powerhouse baddie, as we connected from the beginning. And a little bit about my story is I spent my career in financial services. So most of those years I spent on Wall Street. And, I always like to say I spent nearly 3 decades inside of financial systems where most people would never get to see. So whether it was capital markets, international markets, wealth markets, global firms, and also within academic institutions, I always say I work where money is structured, where power is concentrated. And I believe that we don't always have access, but access has always quietly decided outcomes, especially when it comes to finance. So I don't know if I'm freezing Kelly, but I'm very adamant about money. I believe in no lack. And Kelly will tell you, I'm like, it's money out here. Where's my check? Like, all I want to know is my pronouns are pay me. So where's my money? Pay me. If you don't pay, we don't play. And I believe that there's no lack when it comes to money and abundance. And what I did was I left corporate in 2023. And part of my story is that I was like, okay, it's time to go. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to go. And God's plan was, no, but first, let me get you through this cancer and let you have this cancer. So I had my surgery for colon cancer this year. And what was it, about like a month or so ago, Kelly, like a few weeks back, maybe? I got the notification that I am good to go, all clear, and that is such as a blessing. And what it showed me and taught me, other than live your life, because we don't get no second act on this, it also taught me to slow down. And I took a book that was about wealth and building wealth, and I changed it to abundance. And people thought, like, why are you changing it to abundance? And I said, because when I got that phone call and the diagnosis that I was never expecting, the only thing that mattered was my health, and that became my true wealth. So I was like, as long as I have breath and health, I could figure it out. But when I lost my breath, I felt like it was like a gut punch to hear that diagnosis. And then not having health, I really didn't know what was ahead of me. But I focused really heavily on prayer. I focused on mindset. And maybe nobody else knows, but I know Kelly knows I'm heavy on, like, this is a mind thing. We got to get ourselves, our minds right and our brains right. And our mind is so powerful. So I took that, and my book, Abundance Unleashes, is on its way. But it's printed. But I did, I took so many years thinking about, how am I going to build more? I was chasing, climbing up ladders. But as Kelly said earlier, I was making all this money for all these other people. And I said, in all these systems, and I was waiting for people to give me permission, for me to give me permission to be great, when I watch a bunch of other mediocre folks not have to prove themselves. So I said, no, this is not about me waiting for permission. I'm not waiting anymore. So I said, I'm unleashed, and I unleashed myself from anything that was going to hinder my greatness, anything that was going to hinder my power, anything that was going to hinder my peace, and anything that was going to get in the way of getting having the life that I want, including myself. So that's what it is. I definitely love AI. I think AI means assets and income. And I think it's all about how we're going to make money. It's not just about prompts and productivity. I think this is a new wealth ecosystem. This is an opportunity for us to no longer have to chase opportunities. I think it's going to be a great equalizer should we choose to leverage it for income, leverage it for opportunities, and start structure in a way that's going to elevate us. So yeah, that's my story. Kelly knows that I can go from super glam to not give you buck. Whatever you got, I got y'all. Whatever you need, I got you. Kelly says it like she's my ride to die, I'm her ride to die, but I ride for Black women. I'm here and I am who I say I am. So I'm looking forward to meeting you all in person at the 6th. And however I can support you, I am here to do so. My business is in finance and my company is focused in that area.
I love her, and yes, she will not give you buck.
No. That's for later. But hello today.
All right. So before we move on, I do want to give Cassandra, Mashawn, and Deborah an opportunity to like just say who they are, and so everybody can meet you. And we have a small group, so we have enough time to do that. And since y'all are gonna be in the house, I know Deborah won't be able to be with us in March. Hopefully Tiffany will be with us. But yeah, I just wanted to give you all the floor. So let's start with Deborah.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad I could be here again. So I was at the Position for Profit and totally blown away by what I experienced those 2 days. And, you know, I told the story before, but I wasn't supposed to stay for the entire, was it 2 or 3 days?
3.
I was supposed to show up for a few minutes the first day, and then I ended up scheduling things around so that I could stay there for everything. Kelly, I'm just so in love with what she is doing. I love the group overall. My background is I'm a Emmy nominated television producer, built my career working in daytime talk show. I was Geraldo's worked in many positions, including his co-host towards the end of the show. So I was with him for 11 years. Then I went to CBS News. I was working on the early show, which is now Gayle King, the show with Gayle King, which we don't know what that's going to be next. But I was there for many years, and I've had other shows, worked on other shows in between. All that to say that storytelling, video, TV, live production, it's in my blood. I love it. I light up and when I get a chance to do it. And I made a pivot during the pandemic when everybody was online. I took a look at what was going on. I said these Zoom calls could be more interesting. So I started working with brands with helping them elevate their online presence through live streaming, creating podcasts, creating long form content. And now everybody knows that you can have your own stage online. So that's what I do. I work with individuals to help them develop their online presence and using video. And now I am training to be an AI consultant because I too love AI. It is a game changer and you got to be in the game. So I just love what you all are doing. When I worked in TV, my friends, we used to talk about certain guests we had and we'd say, oh, they got a big brain. So that's what we would say, big brain. So this is a room full of big brains, and that gets me excited because I just love, even at this stage, I'll be 63 in March. And I love that everybody is just out there doing all of this and still willing to learn skills and to grow and make themselves better and get out there and just, help other people. That's the big thing. You're helping other women, helping other people. So 2025 has been a little challenging. I've had 2 surgeries already, both hips replaced, going in on Friday to have knee surgery. So my butt was kicked in 2025. However, I'll go through recovery and I'm going to stay online. I'll be working through Chloe, Renee, all of them. I will be working with everybody while I'm recovering. So I won't be in Atlanta in March, but I want to stay in touch with everybody. And I was going to ask Kelly, is there a way that we can get everybody's name? Because I'm signing up with everybody on LinkedIn, but I'm trying to remember, okay, where do I know this person? I'll look at it later and I will somehow forget where I met this person. So I don't know if that's something that you thought about at all, but
I
I'm looking
haven't.
forward to staying in touch with everybody. So that's
Okay.
who I am, and yeah, glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, Deborah.
You're
Let's go
welcome.
with Cassandra. I'm gonna pin you.
Hey everybody. Oh man, it seems like forever I've been knowing Kelly. I I know we met at a speaking event where she spoke and I spoke, but I don't remember the conference. But I guess I'm 45 years young, so hey. But Kelly, I just want to give you your flowers now. I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago, we did a session together one-on-one, and you changed my life. And so I just want to thank you,
Oh, thank you.
because you changed my mindset, as a speaker. Because coming from corporate, I did corporate. My background, I'm a gerontologist. Did that for about 11 years until corporate just wore me out. And my body said, Cassandra, you're going to have to leave because we done shut down. And so when I got diagnosed with lupus, eventually that got me on the path to where I am now, being an entrepreneur. What I'm doing today, I'm currently serving as board president of a nonprofit called One in Four, committed to eradicating police violence here in the U.S. And so I'm really excited about that. That's a new role for me just for a few months now. In addition, I am a master life coach, I'm an author and speaker. Currently, right now, I'm working on a passion project. Here in my local community, I've been working with the domestic violence shelter. I don't know how many of you ladies are aware that given our current administration, and I'm gonna try my best to not down them too bad, but with the cutbacks, the funding hit really, really hard for domestic violence shelters. And so it was already a lot for Black women. The latest data that came out this year, 45% of Black women experienced domestic violence from their intimate partners. And so, with all that funding cut, I know even here in the state of Arkansas, 5 shelters have already closed due to lack of funding. Uh, and that's a nationwide problem. So, one project that I'm currently working on, just more on the preventive side of things, I myself and a little over 100 Black women came together to write a book called Love Letters to My Girls. And it's all about loving yourself and knowing your worth as a Black woman. And so I'm gifting copies of that book to young ladies at HBCUs. Right now, we're starting here in Arkansas and Alabama. And hopefully next year I can make it a nationwide thing. But I'm looking forward to being in the space at the six, and if I could be of support to anyone in the room, I put my LinkedIn in the chat, and I'm here to support any way possible.
Thanks, Cassandra. She is like my cheerleader. She always, anytime I say anything, she's like, I'll help you. What you need help with, she'll reach out. And so I want to say thank you for that and give you your flowers, for always, like, no matter if I post, whatever, you are right there. So thank you so much for that. All right, let's bring Mashawn. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at?
I'm here. I had to run upstairs to my office because I'm like, the kids, my God, my children, Jesus. Hi everyone. My name is Miss Sean Elise Winborn. First of all, I have to say, Tiffany, I feel like you give really good hugs. So I expect to see you at the six, and I would like a hug from my librarian. Appreciate that. I met Kelly. Actually, my sister virtually connected me to Kelly. I don't even know how my sister met Kelly. But my sister lives in Atlanta. I'm in Columbus. She was like, I just met this woman and you should connect with her. And I was like, okay. On LinkedIn. So I connected with her and then got swept up in all of this. So I'm loving all of it, love every moment. Position for Profit was fantastic. So I'm very much looking forward to the sixth. I own Born to Win Coaching. I'm one of the 600,000 now Black women that have been pushed out of jobs this year. I was at JP Morgan Chase in DEI. And so May 29th, they eliminated my role. May 30th, I registered my business with the state and was like, bye, give me my severance. Like, bye. I cannot. Okay. I cannot. So Born to Win coaching is created for leaders who are tired of shrinking to fit, and they want to lead with more emotional clarity and cultural intelligence and emotional power. And so my target client are white men who need the work of DEI and don't know they need the work of DEI. But my clients can be everyone because we all have moments where we shrink, moments where we feel that we're not empowered or we don't feel enough. And I hate the term imposter syndrome because honestly, I don't really know how I feel about it 100%, but I really don't think it's a thing. I think really specifically for Black people, we're put in spaces that are not expecting us and don't want us. And so it's the actual environment that we're in that's causing those feelings. But regardless, I'm a coach and I do workshops and leadership development. So that is a little bit of my story. And I look forward to seeing all of you in March. And I am a hugger. So you're all going to get the hugs, but especially Tiffany and Kelly. That's all.
I want one too.
You know?
No, everybody's going to get a hug. Everyone's going to get a hug, but I want to definitely make sure Kelly and Tiffany, because I'm just something about you, Tiffany. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the energy.
And I'm a hugger too. And
see,
okay,
I can see it.
So Mashawn, for y'all who don't, so Mashawn was the catalyst for me doing the Black Women Rising series that I did on my podcast. So I was speaking to her and the idea like came to me during the conversation. And I was like, hey, want to be my first guest? Keisha knows how I'll be like, hey, you want to do...
What's so funny, Kelly, after that podcast interview, people DM'd me. I've been on like 6 podcasts in just like 2 months. Because we did ours in October, right? Or maybe it was September. But I've been on so many of them since then. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but okay. Like, it's great.
That
but
was
it's just
the point.
To me that you were the first one. And now all of a sudden, all these white men are like, hey, you want to do it? I'm like, yes, I do.
Yes, because it's all of my people that I need to. But
that part.
That's awesome. I'm excited about that. I'm excited. Oh, I wanted to ask you because I didn't get to ask you. In Position for Profit, and then we're gonna wrap up in a minute. But in Position for Profit, you had said that something happened while we were doing Position for Profit. You said that you got a call or something, and
yes. So in the middle of Position for Profit, actually 2 things ended up happening. One happened at the very end. The thing that happened in the middle was the company that I did my coaching certification through. It's Institute for Coaching and Innovation. They reached out and they said, hey, we have a client and there's a non-disclosure agreement. So very fancy.
Right.
But they reached out and they said, we have a client who does this huge cohort of nonprofit leaders every year and gives them executive coaching. We want you to be one of the coaches for it. So that was amazing because I'm like, thank you, because I just needed something to prove to myself you're doing the right things because your school calls you and says, "Coach," I'm like, I must have been a good student, and I'm out here doing the thing. And then the second thing is there's a nonprofit here in the city who um we're finalizing the contract now, but I'll be launching a brand new program for them and doing executive coaching for their leadership team. And the program that I'm doing is actually for their clients, like the people in the community. So it's like a dual thing, and I'm very excited about that. So, yeah.
Yay! Yes, because
Winning.
I forgot to ask you. Then I was like, no, I have to ask. I have to ask Michelle.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So thank you all. And what I want you to realize, some of these people in here have downplayed who they really are. So I'm gonna tell you, like, Keisha was not just working at a bank, she was a VP at a bank. Michonne did not just work at JP Morgan Chase, she was a VP at JP Morgan Chase. Renee didn't just work in finance, she was the chief marketing
Financial
officer.
officer or something.
No, my marketing officer.
Okay.
Right. So what I want you to realize is that, it's heavy hitters, right? And we have to get really clear about that. We have to get really clear. Renee is, Dr. Renee Baker, and I have to fuss at her about, like, you got to say that you're Dr. Renee Baker, because there's people out here running around who people are calling doctor who don't have no doctorate. They just gave it to them. Right. So, I say that for us to really understand that in building this and in moving forward and in developing the social capital, we have to start speaking up about who we are, because there are people, I always say, who have the audacity of a mediocre white man, who are out here getting money, doing the things that we are not doing, and they do not have what we have. And there are our clients out there, and I'm talking to myself too. Renee knows this, right? I'm talking to myself too, that there are clients out there who just need for us to show up in the power of who we are. And so the 6 is about that, is really helping us to feel clear and confident about our credibility, right? And who we are, and that we do not have to explain, we do not have to shrink, we do not have to justify, we do not have to do any of those things. We just need to stand in the power of who we are, right? Somebody saw enough for when we were over there to be paying us hundreds of thousands of dollars, many of us, right? And so there's no reason that in this space people should not be paying us hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And we just have to first get very clear about that. And so to me, that is what the 6 is all about for me. It is, hopefully you all, have people, y'all have bought your tickets, or you're coming to the 6, or you're going to speak on the stage. And so why you want to be at the 6. What I'm going to ask is that you all help me over the next couple of months share this with your communities and the women that we know a lot of women who are out there struggling, who they're speaking for free, they're training for free, they're doing all the things for free or for pennies. And it's not for lack of credentials or education or skill set. It is lack of knowledge. And isn't there, I'm not a religious person, but isn't there a Bible verse about, for the lack of knowledge, the people shall perish, or something like that? I probably said it wrong, but this is what's happening to our businesses. Our lack of knowledge is killing our businesses, and our lack of willingness in some ways to be vulnerable together and just say, listen, girl, can you come on my podcast? Can you come over here? Can we do this together? Right? Can you just come talk to my people? Right? I have this over here. I have a group. Can you come talk to my group? Can you come do whatever? And so we all have that ability, right, to work together and work across each other and support each other. I will probably figure out something else to do, because I just like to figure out things to do. I'll probably figure out something else to do before the 6th, maybe to bring people together. But I'm going to ask that you all help me to share this into the world so that we can have that room filled. Right now, the tickets are 50% off. So the 2-day tickets are $250 and the 3-day tickets are $475. All of that's a steal because ain't no way it should be like that, but that's what it is. My goal is to get people in the room. So I want to get people in the room so that we can share this message and all the things that we're going to be sharing at the 6th with other women, and just to really get people to start thinking about how do we make our businesses better? How do we make our lives better? How do we disrupt the system from the inside out? I think that's what I want to say about that. We are going to have a pink party. So day 1 is our mastermind. We know that. So day 1's the mastermind. For those who get the 3-day ticket, day 2 is the actual starting of the conference for the 2-day ticket. So that is our business incubator. Our iconic talk showcase will be in the afternoon. Our party will be that night. And then the next day we'll have the incubator and all the other stuff that we're going to do on that day. Hotel rooms, we have a block that you need to book by March 1st to guarantee the rate. So make sure that you do that. And they have bookend dates on that, so you could do that. If you're gonna be there for, most of you all are, for the 3-day, come in the night before, because we're gonna have basically a whole day, almost a whole day. For the speakers for your exhibit spaces, we'll talk about that more. For y'all to set up your exhibit spaces. And then the 3rd day is going to end probably around 5, 6. So I would say stay that night and go the next day unless you can get a really late flight. Go ahead, Keisha.
I have a question because sometimes I'm a little slow because while on the call I started looking at dates. So the room block is from the 14th to the 20th. What are the actual days?
16th to the 18th.
Oh, okay. I'll probably just come down for the whole week because nothing's happening. Like, will you be there from the 14th?
Probably.
Okay. And are you going to stay to the 20th or are you leaving on the 19th?
No. Probably on the 19th. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm
doing. Okay.
I'm driving, so I'm not sure. Okay. But I definitely need to be in the. I'll probably be there on the 14th, and then I'll either leave on the 19th or the 20th, just depending.
Okay.
What I decide. But yeah, I would. But if you're coming in, if you're gonna be there for the 3 days, then I would come in the 15th, leave the 19th, or if you're coming for the 2 days, come in on the 16th, leave the 19th.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see. The hotel, if you're driving, the hotel has parking. If you're taking Uber, obviously, from the airport. What else should I tell you about the hotel has a pool. It has a gym. It has a Starbucks. It has their little store. You know how they have the little snack stores. It has a restaurant. It's open for dinner. We're trying to figure out if it's going to be open for lunch, so we can figure that out. If you have the mogul ticket, you get lunch every day of the event. So you don't have to worry about lunch, but then breakfast and dinner. There is a shuttle at the hotel. However, it only goes within a 3-mile radius, but there's like restaurants in that area. Everything's in one place. Anything else that you all need to know? I think that's it. We'll have a DJ, so that'll be fun. We're gonna have a DJ, so we'll have music, and we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time, and because my brain does what it does, I may do things that you're like, oh, she wasn't gonna do that. She told her she was gonna do that. Or I might say I'm gonna do something. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that no more. But whatever it is, it will be amazing. Go ahead, Cassandra.
I just wanted to add that sometimes we have to get out of our own way. Because I was just sitting here thinking, I recently, one of my corporate clients I've been working with not that long, honestly, and they reached out to me and asked me, would I be on retainer? Would I take a monthly retainer? And I'm thinking, man, yeah. But after sitting here and just thinking about it, a lot of times I know when I worked in corporate, I made the corporation millions, right? I just know for a fact, I don't know how many millions. I just never said and calculated how many millions. Um, but a lot of times, I know for me, I'm just speaking for Cassandra, like that. I could have been went to them because they obviously saw the value in me for them to just out the blue, like, hey, Cassandra, we want to put you on retainer. So sometimes we just have to recognize our worth and ask for it. So I'm just happy that you're doing this because obviously I know it's something I need to work on and I think most women, especially Black women, that it's always a growth opportunity for us to grow and getting comfortable in articulating our expertise. But I just want to put it out there, y'all. Just ask because they already see the value because I ended up getting a retainer and didn't even ask for it.
And I hope that retainer has a comma and zeros.
It does not have zeros. They're supposed to start in January, the first retainer, and I said to myself, Cassandra, when you get your first retainer for January, after that, go back and ask for the zeros because if they came to you, they probably came with, just their base number, right? But it really should be at
So
least five figures.
Cassandra,
yeah,
Cassandra, do I need to come there? Where are you at? So I can come and give
Arkansas.
you a whooping. What are we doing? What are we doing?
It doesn't have zeros, so it doesn't have a comma, is what you're saying.
No.
Oh well, then no, you're not doing that.
Then, yeah, you're
That's
not
not a
doing
retainer.
No.
that. That's not a retainer. That's the answer. That's not a retainer.
Mm-mm.
No.
And I love you. I love you, and I will talk to you about it and walk you through it. But here, I'm so glad that and if you're okay with me sharing, like saying to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to say to you is this. So you said they saw the value in me and they came to me. They see the value in you and they realize that you don't see the value in you because they came to you with a number that they know good and doggone well they should not. And they said, I'm going to give her that and see if she takes it. Nobody, and I mean nobody on this call should be agreeing to anything unless you're doing like a lost leader or you're just like, oh, I'm going to do this for, this is a whatever I'm doing it for. Like you have decided that that's a number. Nobody on here should be doing anything that doesn't have a comma and zeros. And the number before the comma should not be a 1. Should not be a 2, not be a 3, not be a 4. I'll give you a 5. But beyond that, that should not ever. Because what a retainer means is that I have access to you, right? So I am retaining you and I'm taking away that time for you to be able to do anything for anyone else. For somebody to retain you, that is a lot of money. Think about lawyers. If you give me a retainer, that retainer is 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, whatever. Because what you're saying is I'm giving you access to me, right? And so, your point of, okay, I'm going to do this and then go back, and they're not going to change it. Right? Because they're going to, if you agreed to the retainer, that's a contract, right? So they're going to say, well, this was the contract. This is what you agreed to. So the time to shift that is now, right? The time to shift that is like, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about what you want me to do. And I was thinking about, and I looked at the numbers, and truly the math ain't mathin'.
Yeah.
And I say this to you because I had to do this with one of my clients. And when I backed out all of the numbers for her and I showed her, she was making less than minimum wage an hour.
Yeah.
Right. So I share that with you. Obviously, it's your business and you can do what you want to. But again, this is the reason for the 6. Like, this is the reason we need the 6, because we're sitting here with, you have decades of experience. Nobody should think that they could give you a retainer that doesn't have a comma in it.
Yeah.
And my clients know, Keisha will tell you, she's been in, I always say, it got to have a comma and zeros.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you choose to do something like, for example, I have the Mogul operating system, it's $997. So people are like, well, that doesn't have a comma and zeros. No, because that's different. Like, that's something that I have built that is already built, is going to go out there. I don't have to do another thing with that.
Yeah.
Right. But if you have access to my time, you best believe it's going to have a comma and zeros and 2 numbers in the front of it, the comma. Right. So I just share that with you because I don't want you to, this is what companies do. They're like, oh, you want to be on retainer, and like they gas us up and then they don't pay us for it. And again, this is the piece where I'm saying we have to disrupt from the inside out. Right. So if you want me to help you like figure out how to, just reach out to me, but we ain't doing that.
Yeah. Because like I said, that was my plan. And then I was going to be like, okay, like after we have 1 month of me being on retainer, I was going to go back and ask for the 10K for the monthly retainer. But what you're saying makes sense.
And not going to do it.
Yeah.
Renee could tell you about this. Yeah. Renee is the money lady, and Renee's been in C-suite, and you have VPs in here who will tell you.
Because they're also too, they're not, if you don't even have a comma yet, and then you're going back and asking for that amount, they're like, wait a second, you're going from less than 5 figures to now 5 figures. You're going from that jump, and I don't know the number, but you're going from that number to now 10,000. They're gonna say no. They're gonna say no because it's too far of a
version is so wide.
Yes, Dr. Renee Baker.
To you is positive, and now once they come to you, the ball is actually in your court. So, did you sign anything yet?
I have not signed yet.
You can go back and be like, is this by the hour, right?
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Thank you for giving me your hourly rate.
That's good.
And then you say, based on these number of hours, here are your options.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. My English is not bad. I thought you were talking about hourly rate because
that's good. I like that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's how you can come back to them. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
we got Cassandra like, oh Lord.
No, because honestly, when they sent it to me, I was like, okay.
What do they want you to do?
Basically, what I've been doing for them, I teach master classes centered around either wellness, like emotional, mental well-being, and they wanted me to do some life coaching, right? Like in 26 doing a life coaching. But right now I just teach the classes primarily wellness, mindset, grant, just stuff, entrepreneur type stuff.
How many hours? How many hours is this going to, you say monthly retainer? What are the guardrails for you in the number of hours per month? What are you giving them? You have to make sure that's clear because they'll
Yeah.
use you until you say no.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing. Normally, before I got on retainer with them, I would do like maybe 3 hours out of a month. It wasn't a whole lot. But when they put the retainer out there, they didn't specify like, okay, this is like 10 hours a month or, and that's why I was like, well, okay, I want it, but I know I want more. And I guess I just didn't think it all the way out because I felt like retainer, because I
Right, but
know,
yeah. So
um,
this is what I want you to think about, because it sounds good in theory, right? So a lot of these
yeah,
things sound good in theory. It's like when they tell you come speak for exposure because there's 3,000 people in the audience. In theory, that sounds good, but none of those 3,000 people in the audience are your ideal client, right?
yeah,
So it don't matter,
yeah. So
right?
it don't
And
matter.
so so and then I'm gonna let y'all go. And and for everybody on here, I gotta figure out what our price is gonna be. We'll do the wheel. But for we have to understand that we run a business, right? So just because they came to you with the retainer doesn't mean they get control over what that retainer looks like, right? So
Mhm.
they came to you and said, "Hey, we would like to put you on retainer." Great. Great. If you want to put me on retainer, here's what that looks like for me, right? This looks like I'm gonna continue to do these 3 hours. Maybe I'll do if you want to do something else. And this is how much that's going to cost you to put me on retainer because that means that I am now obligated to you and I cannot do anything else. So if you want to take me off the market like that, that costs money. It's like an exclusive. When you think about how people do exclusive contracts, right? That means you're taking people off the market out of someplace that costs more money. The other thing is, so they're saying to you, hey, next year, not only do we want you to do these master classes, we also want you to do this coaching, right? If you agree to the retainer without understanding what any of that is, guess what? That 3 figures that they're giving you is going to include that coaching.
True.
So you have to say to them, we need to map out exactly what are your expectations or what are you thinking about when you say retainer, what do you mean? Great. When I say retainer, this is what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can we agree on something? Great. If we can't, no.
Yeah.
Right? So we can't want something so much that we're willing to just do whatever. This is the problem I'm trying to solve. Right? This is the problem that I'm trying to solve
And
is
Kim,
that we know, like right, that they should be paying you $10,000.
Yeah.
But you're gonna prove to them that they should pay you $10,000. No, they knocked on your door. You
Yeah.
didn't knock on their door. Great. When you knock on my door, to open my door is $10,000. Do you have $10,000? No, you don't have $10,000. Okay, what you got? Okay, great. Well, for that amount of money, this is what I can do.
Yeah. But I know they got it, so
Exactly.
I just need to
So
ask.
yeah, so if they got it, then get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
another consideration to add to that is you can say your retainers are for strategic advisory support, but not execution. So this is what you charge people for retainer for strategy, and this is how many hours you need or how whatever they want based on that strategy. And then you say, if you want me to help execute, this is the additional cost. But I only do retainers for me. In my company, we only do retainers for strategic support, no execution.
oh, that's good
Yeah,
too.
that's good because I have that in what I'm doing next year, and I have tiers. So if you want to go to the execution, those are other tiers that we can talk about, but at a different price, because execution is different than that strategic. So that's how I have it set up in my business as well. So Dr. Renee
Interesting.
Baker, thank you for confirming that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
So I
Can I
have a
s-
question.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
So something similar happened in which I'm doing a strategic partnership with a company, and they are very excited, and they sent me an agreement, their marketing content agreement. So what I did was I put it in ChatGPT, and I said, how is this? How does this agreement benefit DMMA, and what are the holes in the contract that I should address? And ChatGPT went through it. And I was like,
Gonna put
oh,
everybody out of business with
Put it in
ChatGPT.
exactly.
put
I
it
was
in
like,
Claude and see what
okay.
it says.
And they said
Yeah.
why. They pointed out what needed to be, what was a problem, how it benefited me, how it did, and what I should suggest, make the suggestions of how they change the contract.
Yeah.
And so that's a great way to use chat, because if they have a standard agreement, ask them to send it over. And then you can come back, and it allows you to gather your thoughts, and you can see just things you hadn't thought about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I sent it back to them, and I'm waiting to hear. Now, will they change their mind? Maybe, or maybe their lawyers are working on changing the contract, but I was like, at least I saw
Yeah.
what was
And it
missing.
allows people to take you more seriously too
Exactly.
Yes.
when you
Yeah.
do things like that. Like, because
Mhm.
I did that with the podcast. They were like, here's our disclosure agreement. I said, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And here's the addendum that you need to add to it, because you can't have my likeness for forever. And you can't
Exactly.
use my voice in marketing for forever. And they said,
Mhm.
great. And they signed it and sent it back. Like,
Yep,
there was
that's
no
exactly right.
question. There was no, oh, well, we don't do. They just said, great, thank you. And they
Yes.
signed it and sent it back. So
Yes.
it just proves that you know what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And before you do any, I'm coming to you, Keisha, and I'm let you. Before you do anything work wise in terms of retainer, you need a contract. Like you need a contract. You need a written contract.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Keisha. And
So
then
my
I'm gonna
question
turn it over to
was,
you.
at the beginning of this call, you mentioned that when we come down, that you have new AI agents for us to work with. So what am I supposed to do from the previous pitch for profit that we did a couple of weeks ago that was generated through Chloe and Paisley?
What do you mean?
I don't know, because you said at the beginning of this call we're going to be working with other agents that you developed.
Mhm.
Okay, so the information
They
is still
do
the
different
same.
things.
Oh, okay. All right. Just
The
wanted to
new
make sure.
agents do different things. All
Okay.
the other AI team members do different things.
Okay.
Mhm.
And that's it.
Kelly, one of the things I wanted to add before Keisha spoke was where you were saying it makes you look more strategic and makes you look like you know what you're doing. Also, to like for me, it removes that emotion from it as well, because you are excited that they asked you to do this,
Mhm.
and you should be
And
excited
it's
that they
wonderful,
asked you,
yeah.
and it's wonderful. But that tends to sometimes overtake us as in, oh, they want me, pick me, choose me. And so when I respond now to things, okay, I'll get back to you in 24, 48 hours, because that just allows me time to, even though it may be just the most wonderfulest contract and I know I'm going to sign it and everything checks the boxes, but I'm still going to take 24, 48 hours, because then they are going, oh, okay, she's going to read through it. They don't know if I'm giving it to my lawyer. They don't know what I'm doing with it, but it helps also to kind of minimize that emotion, and you're just strictly sticking to what your forecast is, what your budget is, how much you need, how much you deserve, all that stuff, without seeming too excited about it. So
We want to
I
make
like
sure
to
you
say
get your money.
congratulations on being asked,
Yes.
but
Yes.
then soak all this in, because you are worth more. You are worth a comma or two. So so you need to go get your comma.
Yes.
Go get your comma.
Can I ask a question? Renee, what is your title? What do you do? Do you work with pricing specifically and find it?
So my
That's
company,
the money maven right there.
so my company is called the RBI Group, and
Mhm.
we work with asset management and wealth management firms on strategy. Like I said, that's what that's the access fee. And then we execute on different initiatives. We are implementing AI heavily into our business, but it is working. My vertical is finance, but I teach at the University of South Florida money, and I also teach what we do at our firm, which is media and advertising. So that's and I'm licensed, so I'm registered as a financial. I'm registered, all my license, Series 7, and
Okay.
everything. So I have all of my licenses.
Okay. That's interesting. Great advice that you gave.
Yes. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna do the wheel, but I'm gonna give away my books. I'm gonna give away the mobile operating system to somebody. Everybody on here except for Tiffany has a ticket, so maybe there'll be a ticket. But just fun stuff. We're gonna give away. So Cassandra and Tiffany and Princess didn't come on, but did like all of the things I gave y'all. I put y'all in the raffle too, all the speakers. So let's just play with our raffle. Let's see. Can y'all see it?
Yes.
You see the raffle? Oh, no.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. All right. So let me move this out of the way. Okay. So what we're going to do, let's see. Let us spin for the Mogul operating system. So you get lifetime access to the Mogul operating system. So let's spin to see who is on there, because let me take off the names of people who aren't here so that we don't have to. Let me make sure everybody who is here. Michonne's here. Who's here? Okay, Keisha, Nicole. So we have
I better win
Keisha.
something.
Huh?
I said I better win something because I
Whatever.
never win anything.
Adrian's
hush.
here.
Keisha, Nicole, Stacia. So let's put let me go back over here. Why did it do that? Let's see. Why did it have everybody's name on here? Tiffany Alston. Then we have Michonne. Is that everybody? Or let's see.
Am I in there?
Nope, you're not in there.
Deborah. Yeah.
Deborah. And is that everybody?
No, my name's not there.
Oh, what happened to this thing? Lord.
Why is this not working?
Okay. All right. And it was supposed to do this other thing. Okay, so let's spin. Okay, we're gonna spin. Look who won.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
So Tiffany, the Mogul operating system, you will get access to the Mogul operating system. So the Mogul operating system is what you've heard the ladies talking about, which is my AI team, 4 of the members of my AI team. And this will be great for you because you said that you're starting and trying to figure out.
Yes.
So you'll get your positioning, your content, your marketing, and your revenue roadmap. So the 4 team members will help you to do all of that, and you get lifetime access to that. So that
Oh
is
my
look at
goodness.
that. Look at
Thank
that
you.
for
I'm
showing
like,
up. Look at that for showing. So I will email you. I will email you everything. I will email you everything.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And actually, yeah, so I will email you everything for that.
Okay.
All right. So let's
Thank
see
you.
what else. What else? What kind of prizes y'all want? What kind of prizes y'all want? Let me see. Okay, everybody else has a ticket. So I'm gonna do the Mogul operating system again. Y'all want me to do the Mogul operating system again? Okay, all right. All right, let's see. Let's see who can get it again. Let's see who gets it next. Dr. Renee Baker.
Yes, I wanted that. Like manifestation. Yes, I wanted
All
that.
right.
High five to us, Tiffany. Yes, I'm very excited
All right. So
about
let me make notes over
High,
here.
Yeah,
high
make
five.
notes.
I'm clapping for you.
So
We're
Renee
not
and
gonna
Tiffany.
forget. I
All
want
right.
that. So you
All
said we
right. The
get
next thing
lifetime
I'm gonna
access.
do, the next thing I'm gonna do is let's do a 30-minute strategy session with me. Y'all want that? A 30-minute strategy
Yes.
session with me. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see who gets that. Stacia!
Oh, congrats.
All right, we're gonna do one more of the 30-minute. We'll do one more 30-minute. Let's see who gets this one.
Nicole
You write my
Smith.
notes.
Nicole Smith. I've been robbed.
Michelle!
I've been robbed.
All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. Because we gotta get some more winners. What else should we give away?
Another
What
30
else
minute. Wait, another 30 minute with Kelly.
Okay, let's do another 30 minutes.
I mean, I feel
Let's
like
do
I'm being
another
robbed
30
here.
minutes. Another 30 minutes. Deborah.
Wait,
All right.
That's great.
Okay, let's see what else can we do. All right. Who's left? Oh, wait, oops. Wait. Ignore this one. But that's okay. I can take Deborah off. Went to Cassandra. Okay, so let's see Cassandra, you get to choose.
30 minutes for choose. Sign me up, please.
Okay.
She gonna tack on what we've already talked about.
All right. And so we got Nicole and Keisha left because Deborah already won. So I'm gonna give y'all a spin, see who gets next, and then you get to choose. Wait, let's take Deborah. Oh, there's Keisha. Keisha, what do you want?
Of course, I want the lifetime access to the AI models. That's what I want.
All right, I'll give you lifetime
Thank you.
access.
You have me for a lifetime. I'm not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere.
Nowhere.
All right, Nicole, you're last. So what's next?
I want 30 minutes with Kelly.
Okay. Yeah.
And the minute I hop on, I want you to begin. I want every second.
Well,
no salutations. No, hey Nicole, how you doing?
No, hey girl, hey.
No, ma'am. Just hop on in. Just die. I'm ready. I'll already be in the deep end. Just go.
Tell it. Yes.
Yes.
Ditto.
Go.
Ditto.
All right. So I will send you all. Well, I don't even know what my calendar link is anymore. Book Kelly CC. For those who it's Book Kelly CC. And those who got the MOS, I will send you the link so that you can get access to that. Have fun with it. Before we close, again, just going to ask you all to please help me make this a big success. Share with everybody. The tickets are $250 and $475 until the end of the year. We may extend it a little bit because it's the holidays and people get the Christmas money and their New Year's money, whatever. And then remember that most of you are affiliates. So when you give them your affiliate code, you make money off the tickets. So do that. And any questions?
I have a question, Kelly. Do we have new, and I might have missed this, but do we have new graphics?
That's what
I need to do new graphics for you.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask too.
Because, we got to be on brand with you too, because you don't play about that either. So.
Yeah, I don't play about my brand.
Right, and the verbiage and
everything.
I agree.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do new graphics. I'll do new wording, new messaging for you. if anybody on here is not a affiliate and you want to be an affiliate, then just let me know. You can be an affiliate. You want to be an affiliate, Deborah, and you
Yeah.
too, Tiffany.
Yes.
Tiffany's like, mhm.
And we
No,
keep
no, no. I love it. Listen,
Yeah.
y'all, we go together real bad now. So y'all gonna see me everywhere.
We go together.
She's like, we go
You got
together
a
now,
whole,
honey.
you got a whole crew right here.
All right, we're not getting rid of me.
I appreciate it.
Tiffany, I do want to share something with you. So my
Yeah.
daughter did an internship at the New York City Public Library in my neighborhood, and she absolutely loved it. Like the librarian that she worked under.
Which one was that? Do you remember?
What's wrong with it?
No, which
which
one?
library? Which one?
Oh, I live in Mill Basin, so the one on Ralph Avenue and Avenue N.
Oh,
if
in
you're
Brooklyn.
familiar.
Yes.
I live in Mill Basin.
Okay.
And
My
Madison.
friend is the chief there. He just Edward Maxwell. He just
Okay.
became the chief of those. The Brooklyn is separate from New York. It's
Okay.
Manhattan, Bronx, Staten Island is New York Public, and then Brooklyn and Queens are separate. But I know what you're talking about.
If I tell you, Madison absolutely loved being there. To the point where the person that she was working under, Miss Ann, was in a car accident. She got injured.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, actually, no, there was a situation where somebody came into the library real quick and threatened. Maddie came home, made me feel like the man had a weapon. So I told Maddie, you can't go back until I figure out what's going on. So I went in to meet with them. Come to find out the man only had a stick, like a cane. But Miss Ann started crying when she saw me. She was like, I want to apologize to you that I wasn't able to protect Maddie. And she started crying. And then Maddie started crying. And I'm like, what's happening here? So, but whatever bond they had between reading to the kids, because Maddie's going to school for speech pathology. She loves working with special needs children. The bond was so incredible that after I met with them, I agreed to let her come back. And then we get in the car and Maddie's like crying, like sobbing, like, oh my gosh, she felt so bad. She couldn't protect me. I had to pull over. I was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
It was incredible to me that she was able to bond with somebody like that in the library at a part-time basis. She was only going there like on the weekends.
No, we love it. Listen, we embrace
Yeah.
the young people, and if
It was
whatever
great.
journey they want to be on, we will support, especially us, because it is rare that we.
No, but Miss Ann was white because I live in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Okay,
she
Miss
was
Ann.
white. No, I'm just saying no, but but the way that Maddie latched on, I didn't expect that. I
No,
did
but
not expect
listen,
that.
there's a servant attitude that people have. Like it's a heart of service when you work in public libraries because you really have to. You just described a moment of my life. In
I could
DC,
imagine.
we have an armed police force. Like I oversee an armed police force that I'm working on getting my HQL now, right? Like I need to know how their lives are. So even though I'm a librarian, as a chief, this is one of my departments. I want to know what they're dealing with.
She would love to meet with you because she enjoyed it.
First of all, I'm a teen librarian by trade. So that is the population that I love to work with. So anything with youth, young adults, college students, tag me in. I am there. So I will speak to Maddie. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. And I will let my colleague know about Miss Ann. I'm sure he knows exactly who it is. But that is wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad I met you, ladies. I'm serious.
Oh, we're so glad we met you.
Thank you.
And we are going to keep this going all the way to March. We're going to show up. We're going to show out. We're going to tell people that they need to be in the room. And we are going to change what people, the way that people treat us.
Mm-hmm.
First, we're going to change the way we treat ourselves.
That part. Thank you. I'm getting my ticket by the weekend.
Okay, good. Get your ticket. Get your ticket. Well, I am so excited. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for leaning in. Thank you all for all the love, the support. It means the absolute world to me. My mission is what it is, and it's gonna stay that way. And let's go get our money.
Thank you.
Let's get our money. All right, y'all. I will add Deborah and Tiffany. I'll just get your emails. Deborah, I think I have yours. Tiffany, I think I have yours from the
From the okay.
thing, and if not, I'll get it.
Okay.
And then so I'll send you the information about being an affiliate, and then I will work on getting new graphics and everything for everybody that you can post.
Okay, thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Go ahead, Renee. Go ahead.
Are we our same affiliate links? All if we have it, we're the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't change anything with that.
Sorry,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
Thank you guys. It was nice meeting you
Good night.
guys.
Yes.
We'll see some of you again.
Good night.
Excellence established at Gmail. Okay, got
Yes.
it.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Bye
Good night,
bye.
everybody.
Good night.
So Kelly,
Bye.
one second, Kelly, before you log off, I'm gonna ask you a question.
What do you
So
want from me now? No,
I
hold on,
always
hold on.
want
Let me
something.
stop.
You know that.
Let me stop the
Tell-
recording.